Hello students, welcome to another class of engineering mechanics. So today we will start the leftover topics of moment of inertia. Okay, so the question is, find the moment of inertia, find the moment of inertia about the centroidal x and y axis of the L section of the L section shown in figure. Okay, the L section is like this. So this is the question now. This is the question, and the figure is given as an L section. I'll draw L section here. This is the L section given to us, and the dimensions are of this L section is 100 mm, and this is 20 mm given to us, and this height is given as 80 mm, and this again is given as 20 mm, and the total height will be, if you see, this is 80 and this is 20, so this will be 100 mm, isn't it? So we have to solve this problem using moment of inertia about its centroidal x and y axis. We have to calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal x and y axis. Okay, so to calculate the moment of inertia, so we have done the same problem in previous classes, wherein we have calculated moment of inertia about its base. Okay, we have calculated the moment of inertia about its base, but here in this problem we have to calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal x and y axis, which is very important. So to calculate moment of inertia of this L section about its centroidal x and y axis, what we have to do? First we have to calculate the centroidal x axis. So suppose, for example, can do this one. This is the question now. So we'll make it in red color so that it will be easy for us to understand. So now I'll start the solution part. So what we will do first, here we have done the same problem, same L section about its base, but now we are doing it's about its centroidal x and y axis. So what I am doing here, I am dividing this L section into two parts to make it in a regular shape. That is, this part I will take it as 1, and this part I will consider this as element 2. Okay, so the centroid of this L section will lie somewhere here. Okay, I don't know where it is. So what I will do first step is location of centroidal x-axis. Okay, so we have to calculate the centroid of this figure. How to calculate the centroid of this figure? We can calculate the centroid of this figure by taking individual areas and individual centroids of the figure. Okay, first what I will do here is I'll calculate A1. What is A1? Area of the first element, that is, this is 100, right? 100 into 20. 100 into 20, which is equal to 2000 mm square. Okay, what about A2? What is the area of second element? This element. First element is this element. Okay, I'm considering first element as this element. Next, second element, I'm considering this part. Okay, this part. So first element, I have taken area 100 into 20, I got this area. Now next is base into height, or 20 into 80, which is equal to 1600 mm square. I got the value of A1 and A2. Now I have to locate the location of centroidal x-axis. So suppose, for example, my centroidal x-axis is somewhere here. This is my centroidal x-axis. So this distance I have to calculate, right? So let this distance be y bar. Okay, so first what I will do, to locate the centroid, I need centroid of individual elements also. So what is this now? What will be this height? This height will be y1, and it will be, this height is 20, no? So 20 by 2, which is equal to 10 mm. Similarly, what about y2? Y2, somewhere here we will be having y2, okay, at this location. So here to here distance will be y2. So how to calculate y2? From here to here the distance is, from here to here the distance is 20 plus, what will be this distance? What will be the centroid of this one? 80 by 2, which is equal to 20 plus 40, which is equal to 60 mm. So we got the value of A1 and A2 along with y1 and y2. So I can calculate y bar. How to calculate y bar? We have the formula y bar is equal to, we have calculated many times, A1 y1 plus A2 y2 whole divided by A1 plus A2, isn't it? So y bar is equal to, what is the value of, I'll write here, y bar is equal to, what is the value of A1? A1 is 2000, isn't it? 2000 into, what is the value of y1? 10 plus, what is A2? A2 is 1600. What is y2? Y2 is 60 whole divided by A1 plus A2, that is 2000 plus 1600. Okay, so that implies my y bar will be equal to how much? 32.22 mm. Okay, this is my y bar. Okay, I got the value of y bar. So the height of the centroidal axis is 32.22 mm. So from here it will be 12 this is 20, no? So this will be 12 mm, 12.22 mm. So totally 32.22 mm. Now since we have calculated y bar, we will go for, Ix1. Ix1 is equal to BD cube by 12. So this is we'll name it as second step. So this is the second step, moment of inertia. Now first is location of centroidal axis. Now moment of inertia we are calculating. Okay, so moment of inertia Ix1. What is the moment of inertia of first element? Moment of inertia BD cube by 12, right? Ix1 BD cube by 12. This is the moment of inertia of a square rectangle section. We have the formulas. I have given you the formulas, right? So we'll take down this figure. We'll take down our this L section to the downside, okay, so that our calculation will be easy for us, right? So Ix1, so that implies what is B? B is 100 into D cube, depth B, this is B and this is depth of the rectangle, right? D is 20 whole cube divided by 12. So what is the value we got? Ix1 is equal to BD cube by 12. So that implies we got 66.66 into 10 power 3 mm power 4. Always units of moment of inertia will be either mm power 4 or centimeter power 4 or meter power 4, depends. Since we have here mm, so meter mm power 4. Next we have Ix2, moment of inertia of this second element. The second element is also a rectangle, so BD cube by 12. So that implies what is B? B is 20 into D is 80 whole cube divided by 12. So what is the value we got for BD cube by 12? That is 20 into 80 cube by 12, 853.33 into 10 power 3. This is also mm power 4. So we got the value of moment of inertia of Ix1 and Ix2. Since we have to calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal x-axis. This is centroidal x-axis, right? This is centroidal x-axis. So what we have to do here, we have to use parallel axis theorem. We have to use what? Parallel axis theorem. We have used this one many times, right? So the third step is parallel axis theorem, or we can name this as shifting formula. We also name this as shifting formula. So what is there in this one? In this step, what we do? Ix naught of first element is equal to Ix1 plus AD square. Ix1 plus A1 D1 square will write for our convenience. A1 D1 square. So what is this D here? What is this D here? D is y bar minus y1. Okay, y bar minus y1 for D1. What about D2? If we get D2, y bar minus y2. Okay, this is the difference between D. Okay, this is how we write. So what is x1 we got? Ix1 we got. What is the value of Ix1 we got? See here, 66.66 into 10 power 3. So I'm writing here 66.66 into 10 power 3 plus A1. What is the value of A1 we have? 22,000, right? A1 is 2000. What is D1 square? D1 square is y bar minus y1. That is, what is the value of y bar we got? 32.22 minus 10, right? Y1 is 10 we got, whole square. So once you solve this one, you will get the value of Ix naught of first element as 1054.11 into 10 power 3 mm power 4. We got the value of Ix naught of first element. Okay, we got the value of Ix naught of first element. Similarly, what we have to calculate? Ix naught of second element. The formula will go like this. That is Ix2 plus A2 D2 square. So what is Ix2 we got? What is the value of Ix2 we have? 853.33 into 10 power 3, right? We got 853.33 into 10 power 3. This is Ix2 plus what is A2 we have? 1600, isn't it? What is the value of Y2? D2? D2 is y bar minus y1, that is 32.22 minus what is the value of Y2? What is the value of Y2 we got? See in the first thing, this is 60 we got, right? Minus 60 whole square. So once you solve this one, what happens? Because of this square, the value will become positive, isn't it? So if you solve this one, you'll get the value of ix2 of second ix naught of second element as 2088.09 into 10 power 3 mm power 4. So what will be the final moment of inertia? Final moment of inertia is ix bar is equal to ix naught of first element plus ix naught of second element. So what is the value of ix naught of first element we got? So these are the values we got, right? First element 1054.11, 1054.11 into 10 power 3 plus ix naught of second element we got it as 2088.09 into 10 power 3. So whenever you get 10 power 3, 10 power 3, so simply what you do, you add these two terms 1054 plus 2088.09. So you will get the value as 3142.22 into 10 power 3 mm power 4. So this is moment of inertia about its centroidal x-axis. Moment of inertia about its centroidal x-axis. So we name it as ix bar. Okay. So this is how we calculate moment of inertia of the given figure. Okay. Now moment of inertia about its centroidal y-axis we will calculate. Okay. Since he is asking us to calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal x-axis, we have calculated ix bar. Now we will calculate iy bar. Okay. So how to calculate that? See here. So now we will calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal y-axis. Moment of inertia, I'll write here, moment of inertia about centroidal y-axis. Okay, so to look at this, to calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal y-axis, first we have to locate the centroidal y-axis, location of centroidal y-axis. First I will write here location of centroidal y-axis. In the previous case we have taken centroidal x-axis, right? We have located centroidal x-axis, but now here we will locate centroidal y-axis. How to locate that? See here, this is 100, we know, right? This is 100 mm and this is also 100 mm given to us. Now if you calculate, if you want to locate the centroidal y-axis, so centroidal y-axis I don't know where it is. Okay, so first what we will do again here, we will calculate, to calculate centroidal y-axis we need x1 and y1. So we have a1 is equal to how much we got? 2000 mm square we got, and a2 we got it as 1600 mm square in the previous case itself. Areas will not change. This is first element and this is second element we have considered, isn't it? So a1 and a2 we have. To calculate centroidal y-axis we need x1. How to calculate x1? See here, the centroid of this figure from here to here. So this one will be x1, and from here to here, somewhere here, we will be having x2. Okay, right? So how to calculate x1? X1 is equal to, what is this total width? 100 by 2, which is equal to 50 mm. What about x2? X2 is equal to 20 by 2, which is equal to 10 mm. Alright, so how to calculate your y bar? How to calculate y bar or x bar? See here how we have calculated x bar. x bar is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 whole divided by a1 plus a2. So that implies x bar is equal to, so see here, always remember when you calculate centroidal centroidal y axis, you have to calculate x bar. When you want to calculate location, when you want to locate centroidal x axis, when you have to locate centroidal x axis, you need y bar. Okay, very important, very carefully you have to observe each and everything. Okay, so x bar, so what is a1? A1 is equal to 2000 into x1 is how much? 50 plus a2 is 1600 into x2 is 10 whole divided by 2000 plus 1600. 2000 plus 1600. So once you solve this one, you will get the value of x bar as, value of x bar will be, value of x bar will be again same, that is 32.22 mm. You got the value of x bar as also same, that is 32.22. Now moment of inertia about its y axis. Now we will calculate moment of inertia. Okay, so I'll take down this figure downwards so that we can easily calculate all the moment of inertias. I'll keep it here. Okay, now what is moment of inertia? Moment of inertia of about its y axis, right? About y axis. So iy1, initially we have taken ix1, right? Now we'll take iy1. So iy1 is equal to b, it will be db cube by 12, isn't it? So what is d? 20 into b cube, that is 1000, right? Or 100, sorry, 100 cube whole divided by 12. So what will be the value of iy1 we'll get? We'll get it as 166.66 into 10 power 3 mm power 4. Similarly, iy2 will be equal to again db cube by 12. Why? Because we are calculating moment of inertia about its y axis. Moment of inertia about x axis will be bd cube by 12, whereas about its y axis it will be db cube by 12. So db cube by 12. What is d for the second element? D is 80 into 20 whole cube divided by 12. So you will get the value of iy2 as 53.33 into 10 power 3 mm power 4. We got iy1 and iy2. Now we'll calculate moment of inertia about its centroidal x-axis. To look at we have to, since the x and y axis will not be cutting the both the centroids equally. So what we will do, we'll use parallel axis theorem. We'll be using parallel axis theorem, or also known as shifting formula. Okay, so what is that? Iy naught of first element is equal to iy1 plus a1 d1 square. So what is d1 square now? D1 square will be, since it is y here, so we'll be having x bar minus ix d1. I'll write here d1 is equal to x bar minus x1. What about d2? X bar minus x2. Why we are taking x here? Because we are calculating for y. Okay, so iy1, what is the value of iy1 we got? See here, 1666.66 into 10 power 3. This is iy1. What is a1? A1 we got it as 2000. What about d1? What is the value of d1? X bar minus x1, that is 32.22 minus 50. 32.22 minus 50 whole square. So once you solve this one, even though the value of this term, this one will be negative, but since we square it, it will become positive. Okay, so what will be the value? The final value of I y naught of first element will be equal to 2298. When you solve this one, you will get 2298.91 into 10 power 3 power 4. This is the value of I y naught of first element. So moment of inertia of this element we have completed. Now I y naught of second element is equal to I y2 plus a2 d2 square. Here what is the value of I y2 we got? See here, 53.33 into 10 power 3. 53.33 into 10 power 3. This is I y2 plus a2 is 1600 we know. What about d2? d2 is x2 x bar minus x2. So x bar is how much we got? 32.22 minus x2. What is the value of x2 we have? What is the value of x2? 10 mm. Okay, so 10 whole square. So once you solve this one, you will get the value of I y naught of second element as 843.29 into 10 power 3 power 4. This is I y naught of second element. So what is the moment of inertia of all I y bar is equal to I y naught of first element plus I y naught of second element. So what are the values we have? 2298.91 into 10 power 3 plus 843.29 into 10 power 3. This is equal to, once you solve this one, if you calculate all the values, you will get it as 3142.2 into 10 power 3 power 4. So this is the value of final moment of inertia about its centroidal x and y axis. Okay, hope you have understood the concept how to calculate moment of inertias. Okay, so these are very important topics, and if you have any doubts regarding moment of inertia, you can contact me through WhatsApp or call anytime whenever it is feasible. Okay, if you have doubts also, you can come to college. Thank you.